welcome back to my channel. We are talking about Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Just to let you know, this video is going to be full of spoilers. There is no way I can do this video without spoiling because I was very excited about some of the things that happened in this movie. This movie is full of a lot of things. It's full of hurt, it's full of laughs. We have zombies, we have demons, we have paint people, we have magic, we have monsters. This movie is just full of everything. And this time around we have some returning characters. We have, of course, Doctor Strange. We also have Rachel McAdams' Christine Palmer. We have the Great Wong, who we see is still the Sorcerer Supreme. And Wanda, or the Scarlet Witch, is also in this. And Mordo also makes a return in this movie. Now, we definitely have some new characters, and I'll get into some of those later, but the most prominent one is America Chavez, and she's played by Xochitl Gomez. And this movie, this time around, is directed by Sam Raimi. So we start off with America and Defender Strange outrunning this monster who is trying to steal America's powers. And in the process, Defender Strange gets killed. Now, America Chavez, she's able to open portals, and the portal doors are in the shape of a star. And you see that on her jacket as well. There's a star. So she ends up in Earth 616, which would be considered our universe, and she encounters our Doctor Strange while she's running away from another monster that is trying to basically kidnap her. We get to see some great fighting skills from Wong. We usually don't get to see him do that much fighting. He uses his powers a lot, but as far as actual combat, don't really get to see it until now. And I love that he was given that moment to actually showcase his talent. Doctor Strange and Wong agree to help America, and they take her to Carmitage. They try and keep her safe. So Doctor Strange goes to Wanda, and he tries to enlist her help in trying to figure out what's going on with America and how to protect her from whatever's trying to kill her. We see that Wanda is pruning her apple trees. It's very interesting, the line that Doctor Strange says when he smells one of the blossoms, and he says, "Oh, it smells real," and she's like, "Oh, it's real." And as they're talking, he explains where America is, and she mentions her by name before he even says her name. She realizes her mistake, and she reveals that yes, the beautiful apple trees were all a fake, and we see a red burning field of burnt trees, basically. You know, she tells him it's not fair that he get considered a hero for using magic and changing things to fit how he thinks they should be, and when she does it, you know, she's considered a villain.
You break the rules. Look out! I become a hero. I do it. I become the enemy. It doesn't seem fair.
So she's been the one who's chasing America, and she wants to use her powers in order to go through the multiverse to find her son. We remember in the WandaVision show, she created her sons in our universe, and so they weren't really real. But after getting the stronghold and going through that, she discovers that there are different multiverses, and she has sons in those multiverses. So we get to see the full power of the Scarlet Witch as she attacks Carmitage, and she does kill a lot of people. When America gets frightened, she opens up portals, something she can't control, and it sends her and Doctor Strange to Earth 838, and we learn there that Doctor Strange is already dead. He goes to the Sanctum for help, and this is where he encounters Mordo. We see that he ends up drugging them and taking them to the Baxter Foundation. Here we meet Earth 838's Christine Palmer, and she's actually the head of the Baxter Foundation. They're just trying to make sure America and this Doctor Strange is not a threat. Mordo takes Strange to meet the Council, who is the Illuminati. Now, the Illuminati is basically a secret society group of superheroes, and it's kind of like S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers. They're just a group of superheroes who they try to do the right thing for the most part. When Strange is taken in front of the Illuminati, we get to see the members, and this is something that a lot of fans have been speculating and fan casting and waiting for, and that is John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. And we see him turn around, and it was just a great moment to see that it actually was him, because people really want him and his wife Emily Blunt to be Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm. And we already know that Emily Blunt has been in talks with Kevin Feige previously to this movie. We see Peggy Carter is this Earth's Captain America. And if you remember from the What If series, she became Captain America in the first episode. We see Mariah Rambeau. She is this Earth's Captain Marvel, if you remember her from the Captain Marvel movie. And then we also have Black Bolt. Now, some people might not know who Black Bolt really is, but if you look close, you will see that the actor playing him is Anson Mount, and he is reprising his role from the unfortunate TV series The Inhumans. Now, the next member is someone who we heard his voice in the trailer for Doctor Strange, but we finally get to see him. It is a return of the great Patrick Stewart as Professor X, and as he enters the room, we get to hear faintly the theme from the X-Men the Animated Series. And we also see that he is using the same wheelchair from that 1990s cartoon, the yellow wheelchair. Even though I knew he was in this movie, it was great seeing him in that wheelchair. And of course, seeing him and John Krasinski as Reed Richards were the highlight of the movies for me. There is also another Doctor Strange that we see in here, and that's Sinister Strange. We see that he has basically been taken over by the Stronghold. And we get this pretty cool battle scene between Sinister Strange and our Strange, where they use music notes to fight each other. That was a pretty cool sequence. I thought that was maybe something from the comics that I didn't know about. And I tried researching it, but I couldn't find anything in regards to it. So it looks like they just put this in strictly for the movie. So I'll start with some things that I didn't like about this movie. I do feel that it was a little rushed. Now, I know movies lately, like with Spider-Man, with the Batman, and even Zack Snyder's The Justice League, we're getting like 3 and 4 hour movies. I do think this one would have greatly benefited from a 2 hour, 30-minute runtime, maybe not 3 hours. And I did hear that Sam Raimi did cut out about 40 minutes worth of footage. So they're probably going to release like a director's cut eventually, or even release it in theaters to try and get people to come and to boost more of the ticket sales. But I do feel like they could have explained some things a little more or shown a little bit more. I've heard some of the problems that some fans had with this movie was there weren't enough cameos. I think because of Spider-Man No Way Home, and because this was dealing with the multiverse, and because Professor X was going to be in this, a lot of people were expecting way more cameos or way more explanation, like maybe the mention of mutants, or some more mutants being shown, or even with the end credit scenes maybe showing a mutant here or there. But we didn't get any of that. And one of the things I did like about this movie is it stuck to the story. They didn't try and throw all these other things out there just for fan service. It was about Wanda trying to get to her children, and it was about Doctor Strange trying to protect America, and America growing in herself. And they really did. It was a very self-contained story, and they did stick with that. So I do like that, because sometimes, even though I love when movies cater to the fans, sometimes they cater too much and it just deviates from the story, and it's like, okay, well, this is so much going on in here, can we just stick to what's going on? So that brings me to other things I liked about this movie. Not just that it is so self-contained, there's a lot of emotion in this film. You feel Wanda's hurt, you feel her pain, and even though you do want her to be with her kids and to be happy, you don't want her to go about it how she's going about it. I feel like this film definitely dealt with happiness, internal happiness, a lot. Doctor Strange gets asked more than once, is he happy? And you kind of see this parallel between him and Wanda. Neither one of them are necessarily happy within their own universe, and Wanda wants to escape and find a different universe where her children would be, thinking she will be happy. And you see that Doctor Strange just does somewhat think about that. There are other Christines out there, and he could be with her and be happy. And he does what you should do, is find the happiness within yourself, find the happiness within your situation, and not try to escape. When you do try to escape, you might not be happy. The grass is not always greener on the other side. Strange even mentions to Wanda, well, what happens to the Wanda in that universe if you try to become the mother of the twins? Another thing I love about this movie were the visuals. This is a very brightly colored film, and it looks very pleasing to the eyes. It's not so bright that it hurts your eyes, but it's just a very good film to look at. We definitely see a lot of Sam Raimi in this film. I know in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man films that he did, there wasn't horror in there. But in this movie, he definitely reminds you that he was the director of the Evil Dead films. This definitely feels somewhat of a horror movie mixed in there. And he pays homage to a lot of horror films. The Exorcist, he pays homage to The Ring. When Wanda comes out of the gong, the way she comes out is very reminiscent of the movie The Ring. We have zombies in here. We have ghouls and demons in here. Even when Wanda is chasing Doctor Strange, Christine, and America in the tunnels, the way she's chasing them is exactly like a horror film. And we do even get a few jump scares in there like a horror film. I really enjoyed this movie. This is a movie I would definitely watch again. Some of the movies, I like them and they're great for like a one-time watch. But this is a movie I would love to watch over and over. So guys, I hope you check out this movie. It is in theaters. And I'm also releasing a video for some of the Easter eggs that were in this movie as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Bye guys.